Hi everybody, Chris here from Truly Holistic. Now in this video we're going to talk about some of the cubit measures I've been using of late, okay? And these are cubit measures you will not find it anywhere else because they are come through intuition just to me. What we're going to talk about is the activation cubit, the Ascension cubit, and a new cubit come through which we call the gateway cubit or the Ascension gateway cubit. And what I want to talk about is that these are all about ascension, okay? They're all based on ascension. And what does that mean? Okay, it's our ability to ascend to higher planes of existence, okay? And we could call it planes of existence. We could use the word density, we could use the word dimension, we could even use the word higher timeline, okay? They all mean the same thing. Okay, now why would you want to have these cubit measures around you or on you? As you can see here, I've got a pendant on me right now, and other than the fact that it's hanging around my neck, it's within my field, okay? So it's having an effect on my field, my well-being, everything about me, okay, at every level. Now, this cubit measure, which is a new tool, which has got the activation cubit measure on the outside, and it's also got the gateway cubit measure in the middle, is very beneficial because what it does is it creates a field where entities and lower vibrational consciousness are completely repelled from you. They're not interested in you, okay? Because one, obviously it's increasing your vibration, okay? But it's creating a field which is promoting you to ascend to a higher plane of existence. And that is the complete opposite that these entity attachments want to do. They don't want to ascend where you want to ascend, okay? They sustain themselves from creating fear or a response of fear from you, not to ascend to higher vibrational levels of love, for example. So if they come into this field, then they ascend as well, and that's exactly, they don't want that, okay? So straight away that blows the whole idea of feeling like you need to protect yourself. All you need to focus on is ascension. That is every person's dharma and focus and purpose here, is to keep ascending, and it's actually a universal law that consciousness ascend. Same with the dark consciousness, but they're going to ascend in a different manner through sustaining through an energy of fear that sustains them and evolves that aspect of them. But we're different. We sustain ourselves from a different vibration, a loving vibration, and we need to place ourselves within that environment. And while we do that, indirectly we're protecting ourselves without even having to focus on the idea of protection, because we've got to be very careful where we place our focus, because quite often when we place our focus, our energy gravitates straight to that. So if our focus is to protect, then we'll always manifest. Our energy will go into manifesting something to be protected against or fearful of, and we don't want that, okay? We want to put our focus, our energy into evolving ourselves and growing forward and going upwards instead of going downwards. Okay, so these cubit measures are fantastic and essential to have around you, okay? For anyone that's generally getting attacked, and you really need something like this. We also have the Ascension cubit, which comes in the silver. We do certain people are not ready for this particular cubit measure, so the best thing to do if you're interested in something is to message me below or contact me at trulyholistic.net if you're interested in something like this, and I'll delve for you to find out what you're compatible with and what cubit measure, whether that's the activation alone, activation with the gateway, or the Ascension cubit. And we use the silver, the Ascension cubit, because it holds or anchors that energy into this reality better than copper. It will still do it with a copper, but not to the heights of silver, okay? The other cubit measures, we can just use copper, okay? Now, the gateway cubit measure in the middle is not compatible with the Ascension one, and hence why we don't add the Ascension cubit to this particular pendant. And we don't only just do them in pendants, we also do bracelets as well. So go and check that out in my product store at trulyholistic.net. And the key thing about having something personally on you, whether it's a bracelet or a pendant, it's within your field at all times. And a lot of the times you just have to put it around your neck or put it on your wrist. You don't have to worry about it. And it's doing the work for you. Okay, you can get on with your life and you can focus on evolving and doing the things and focusing on the things that you want to achieve in your life, the things that you love to do. Okay, and when you focus on that, the energy goes into it and therefore manifests that instead of the things that we need to worry about. These things will sort that out for you. Okay. Another thing about these cubit measures that connects you to your higher perspectives of self, which we call higher selves, and your source self. And the key with those terms is self means you. Okay, it's you. It's not a higher power of someone else. It's you. Okay, and when that connects, it creates this gateway or portal that is already there within your heart. The heart is a vortex. Okay, the sacred heart connects this gateway that goes into goes into a universe that's within you. It's not this external environment, it's within you. Because the whole idea of a lost soul, or the idea of a lost soul, is that you're going out there trying to explore, looking for the answers in external, but the answers are always within. It's always been there. You just need to put the time, the awareness, the consciousness into you. And these tools help to really dial your consciousness into that sacred heart place. Get it away from the mind, which is blocking you. It's actually you that you're blocking yourself. Bring it back into this heart space. Go through that channel, that gateway, and you connect back with those higher aspects of you and where you originally come from. And when you can learn more about you and what makes you tick and what you love, then your focus, your energy goes into what you love and therefore manifests that in this reality. You can have that blissful life that you've always wanted to have, and it's up to you. Okay, and these tools really help you. They're training wheels in regards to helping you with that. Okay, so one thing that I've been starting to notice is that some of these archons and consciousness have been going through a loophole to try and connect with us, and that's been through a term called entanglement. Okay, and quantum physicists use a term called quantum entanglement to connect with like parallel universes and so on, where there's other copies or versions of you. So whatever happens with that other version of you, you will feel it here and vice versa. Now, I found another entanglement connection in regards to past ascensions. Ascensions are cyclic phenomena, and this current point in time in ascension is connected with this current point in times within those cycles as well, the previous cycles. We call it past because we are bound or indoctrinated by this programming of time, so it gives us a bit of an understanding. Really, truthfully, everything's happening all at the same time, but it gives us an idea. So there's an entanglement connection there. And what I've actually found is those past ascensions are actually your lower selves. Okay? So we have higher selves, but we also have lower selves. Okay? It's like a family tree, but it's your source family tree, so to speak. So how they've connected with you is through previous ascensions, through facets or components of duality, which one of them is your soul. The soul has been that mechanism or recycling or reincarnation mechanism to create just another version of you or another lifetime, right? Or another self. Now, we take all the baggage from all these different timelines, that we can call them, or different past ascensions, and they have an effect on us here. Not only positive, but a lot of the time negative. And a lot of these entity attachments still have a connection to you from these loopholes, or what we can call entanglement connection. Excuse me. So what we do with, especially using this gateway cubit measure, it allows you to disconnect you from all those previous ascensions, all those entanglement connections that are still having an issue with you today. Okay, and so this has really been the introduction of why this cubit measure has come about. We make the clearing within sessions, if you come and book an appointment with me, to connect you with this particular ascension gateway. But if you're somebody that would rather be empowered to do that yourself, well, I really recommend that particular pendant, which is on my website now. It's called the Ascension Gateway Pendant. We add the activation cubit measure on there because it allows to calibrate those energies to allow that path. And it's like a path that we're going to, it's a new start or a new beginning, because those past timelines or past ascensions no longer are bound or connected to you or controlling you. You are free from those. This is a new beginning for you. And that's what Ascension is all about. So this particular pendant will help you, but we can also do the clearings if you would rather do it that way within a session. So, essentially wanted to talk about the video, talk about these new cubit measures that we're currently using. These are the strong cubit measures. That's why we've kind of not, on my website you won't find the telomere cubit, the RNA cubit, the dragon cubit, some of these cubits I used to use, because we've moved on. Now, a lot of people ask me, do those tense rings still work? The RNA, the telomere, the dragon? Yes, they do. Every tensor ring creates this vortex geometry within it, and it will restructure food, restructure water, restructure you to a certain extent, especially if it's a telomere cubit measure, or obviously work on your telomeres, RNA work on your RNA. But these new cubit measures have gone to such a massively higher place. We're going even beyond outside this reality. So that, to increase your consciousness, because we need that in regards to you ascending and evolving forward. So that's why we're moving into these 3 new cubit measures that we use with all the products that I sell now, and they're all there to help you with ascension, for you to ascend higher and higher and higher. And as we do that, entities, those sorts of things, we don't have to worry about those anymore, and you can place your focus on the things that really matter, the things that you want in your life. Anyway, until next time, see you later.